we're gonna get a guy out of jail.
So, no, I know. So here's the thing, though. So Sean and I.
Here's the thing, though. He did it. We're not getting him out. He's a bastard. That's where my family's from.
No, we're gonna get it done. So Sean's actually going to wind up leading the charge of, I think, sports today in terms of the hurricane and the Carter of it all.
Oh. Sean, take it away.
Is this boxing stuff we're talking about? I just got here.
Sort of. Why not? Sure, it could be.
Yeah. I had a pie disaster in the kitchen. I had
that is the most sports related kickoff I've ever heard.
This is
so okay. What's the pie related disaster? Let's work on that.
Well, I have to make 2 pies for tomorrow. I volunteered for one, and then I was like, if I'm making one, I might as well make 2.
Fair.
And
that's what actually got Netflix into the problem with sports. Sorry.
I don't know if any of you guys can relate to this, but when I was asked to make 1 pie and then I decided to up it to 2, I went to ChatGPT to ask for instructions. And so I'm making AI pies. And
you know that, I like that you're doing that. You could have just looked up a recipe for pie.
I
know.
Went
to the AI hive mind pie.
Yo, hive mind
I figured that would be.
What flavors are they?
So the first one is a pecan.
Ooh,
yeah. Am I saying?
Daddy.
Yeah. Am I saying that right? And I'm already It looks beautiful, but I measured out the right number of pecans, but it didn't seem like enough. So my girlfriend.
It's funny because you say it Frencher than I do, and I'm not French.
That might be. I might have picked that up from New Orleans, but
the big guarantee.
Yeah. I added some cashews to it to sort of even out the pecans, and it does look good. But so the apple pie. I got through all the directions, and it was like, now place the second
pie crust.
Yes, on top, and I didn't have one. So I then immediately went back to ChatGPT, and I was like, I don't have a top pie crust. What do I do? And it was like, you can easily make a crumble for the top of it. And it I don't know how
it said all you have to do is go to your local municipal government and release this canister of gas.
Yeah.
That's all. You got to watch out for these AI pie recipes. They're very tricky.
So did you make the crumble, Sean? Now
I did. It might be done with 2 minutes to spare in this episode. So
I hope it's
like Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever get to see Vance actually do a recipe ever on this show?
I don't think they did.
Oh man, we used to have a chef, and I don't know what happened. He just stopped showing up one day. but he made some sketch ass recipes.
He would make an edible item in 3 minutes or less. Sometimes edible is really stretching,
and really not the most sanitary of conditions.
Fellas, I'm telling you, Sean Wickens makes incredible edibles, like legit. So I'd say 3 of the times that I was probably the most just like baked, but like in the best way possible, were us seeing Ninja Turtles together.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then Megalopolis, where I legit just started laughing at indiscriminate moments in this ridiculous movie because of the fact that Sean would just lean over and be like, yeah, this is what happens in Batman and Robin. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I don't remember that.
Because he gave me one of his incredible brownies, and then it happens, and I'm like, "Oh my god, this is Batman and Robin!"
But it made sense at the time, right? It made sense.
It was ridiculous. It was such an amazing night because we had no right to be as unbelievably baked as we were. Because the truth is, it was so much more packed than the actual audience should have been. We were just like
violently high,
and commenting on it like you're not allowed to do in polite society. It was like we were basically just hopping out into our be our guest, and it's like, hey, guys, you're violently high, and this is a masterpiece. Can you settle it down.
There was applause at the end of that film. I remember.
Yeah. It was in my head.
That sounds like an experience and a half.
Yo, man, I really hope it's out on DVD before Christmas, so I can get it for like all my friends and family. Like, I got you something, and it's a DVD of Megalopolis.
I swear, I might record my own. I might record my own commentary track for that film.
Amazing.
By the way, as somebody who heard it when he was violently high, I gotta say that you should buy the DVD commentary of John Wickens in Megalopolis.
It'll be bundled. It'll be bundled together.
Oh yeah, that'd be.
If it's not bundled together, what are we doing for this Black Friday holiday sale?
Can we set up an online store before the end of the episode?
I apologize for missing the sports cue, but were we talking about boxing before I got here?
No. I
only in the sense that
I was going to come in there and rock it out for our boy Chris Vendito. But the truth is, though, I feel like sports got replaced with a fantastic cooking segment from the resident Julia Child of Late Night Sesh. Sports forever. That's
another classic side.
Oh yeah.
Okay, gentlemen, can I ask questions since we actually probably all did maybe see that the Tyson fight?
Yes. Oh, so good. It's such a great fight.
So good. Question. Going forward, especially considering the fact that Raw is going to wind up being on Netflix, I understand it's not going to wind up being the amount of people.
Yeah.
But that was a real issue. And I'm wondering, I get they got the money regardless. You don't have to worry about it. But don't you think that the live streaming of it is going to wind up being like that first season of Amazon Prime with football, where it was just every time people were like just complaining about it, and then a year later you're like, all right, I guess it's fixed.
Well, I think you're always going to get people complaining about it because you're going to get like these country dudes that are trying to watch it and they don't have the best reception, and they're going to be like, I miss it on my TV, now I got to watch it on the Netflix, buffering for 45 goddamn minutes. They're going to get real angry, and I don't want them to do that. You know, it's going to happen, but there's going to be nowhere near the volume of people that are watching. So I don't think the buffering will be an issue unless you, of course, live in an area and you're relying on Starlink. You know what I mean?
Which, by the way, if you're in an area that you're relying on Starlink, I think you might just be effed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. You're no longer a wrestling fan.
You're no longer. Yeah, sorry. So, you're gonna pick a new team. I guess, you got to start getting like New Japan.
Man, at the Santa Claus parade I brought my kid to this past weekend, almost all of the floats were being pulled by fucking Cybertrucks.
That's ridiculous. I was behind one the other day at a car wash, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, this is it is fucking ugly. No matter what way I looked at that truck, I couldn't find a way that truck looked different than a doorstop.
It's not
a silver
just
doorstop.
Douchey, it's ugly and douchey. How do you make
it's like Balenciaga shit. It's ugly and douchey. You know what I mean?
I saw this incredible.
Also, I think it's not sports. It's now sports/fashion /
tech
section
/ tech utility vehicle.
We're not worthy with your amazing Alice Cooper shirt once again.
I do have a fashion sports thought now that we're on that topic.
Is it about the Cybertruck?
That's where I took it to the Cybertruck.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's probably we'll be able to link back to it at some point. But I had a thought that sports is the only way for men to celebrate fashion, because if you think about a team like it's in the World Series, you're really rooting for the uniform. You know what I mean? And like when players go to some other team, they're like, "Fuck that guy." But when players come to your team, they're like, "Yay, he's wearing those clothes." Like, are men really cheering for clothes when they watch sports?
Well, I cheer for clothes 90% of the time.
Oh,
just
if they're nice clothes,
you gotta really pull for the clothes. Yeah. Walter's seen it.
I'm a big fan of
colorways,
situation,
texture palettes.
Yeah, here's the thing about texture palettes: like you just drop it in the right situation, and it really
magic, right? Mesh on those weird silver material. I don't know what it is.
Whatever that is, I like it.
You guys do sound. You sound like experts. So.
Yeah, let me tell you, I was thinking about getting a Cybertruck just because it's so fashionable. Know what I heard? The Cybertruck. We brought it back to the Cybertruck.
Here it is.
Has bulletproof windows.
Oh,
do you know who tells me that? Everybody who I've seen drive a Cybertruck. I'm like, why? What's big about it? And they're like, it's got bulletproof windows.
What are you worried about?
That's exactly. I was like, why do you care? This company, you got a lot of people taking shots at you.
Yeah, like
you will now.
Taking so many shots.
Driving a fucking Cybertruck.
Yeah, maybe it's because you got that Cybertruck.
No lie, though. If like a year from now we find out that there was like a secret component that does let those things transform into robots, I'd be like, wow, those are cool.
But yeah, but like, robot how would look shitty?
That's true. The robot would look shitty.
It would be thewish.com. It would not be actual transformer.
It transforms into just Chappie. You know what I mean?
Oof.
Just turns into Chappie. All right, did you steal Daddy's cat?
It looks like
it would look like a fucking boxy or Iron Giant. Like,
so are you the Iron Giant?
I love that shit. Walter, guys, Walter got us our segments today. He got us our Calm Down, Smoke a Joint, and our Stoner of the Week. Walter, what should we kick off with?
Let's kick off with let's kick off with Stoner of the Week because the other one's gonna go off the rails. So.
Hell yeah!
Fuck yeah. I'm interested to see who the Stoner of the Week was. I saw them come in on my drive home. I'm like, oh, Walter's got some picks. Let's take a look.
Stoner of the Week. Here we go.
Oh, jeez.
And I caught this blue belly. They're also called Western fence lizards. Look how beautiful that little fella is. Anyway, I'm going to let him go. Of course. Goodbye.
Two things I love about this man is his videos showing random bugs and insects and shit. And I love how whenever he speaks, he sounds like he's about to cry.
Billy's pointing on the lizard.
See, I love him. What a wild man. Look how happy he is in the first fucking.
It's like, bro, you had a fucking worm living in your brain for how long? Stop picking up fucking wildlife, bro. What are you doing? You fucking say, hey, what happened to your dad and uncle? Maybe stop hanging out with a guy that people like to shoot at. Oh, maybe, this guy, he doesn't listen to obvious warnings. Like,
no, honestly, don't. Walter, something else is going through. It ain't gonna be a bullet.
Yeah, he's like the fucking Alfred E. Newman of the Kennedy family. Like,
it's amazing.
What me worry? That's the only kind of like silver lining of the whole Trump deal, and it's like it was the same line. He always brings like a nice little idiot posse along with him.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
He's gonna run healthcare too. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, no, honestly, no. So honestly, the question I really have: what's more ridiculous, him running healthcare or Linda McMahon running?
Oh fuck yeah! I keep forgetting too that you guys are in the States, and this will directly affect your life.
The new segment. Let's meeting the Trump cabinet.
Yeah. Let's affect our life. This is why I'm smoking weed. No. Honestly, it's amazing. The question, no, really, for you fellas, question, real talk. What is more ridiculous? And these are both legitimate things. This isn't like hypothetically. This is legitimately that the two of them, that Linda McMahon and him, are in the government.
It's the best. It's the best. Have they announced Secretary of Defense Sergeant Slaughter yet? When is that happening? I can't.
And Dr. Oz got a thing again, I heard.
Yeah, no, Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz.
Wow.
And I don't mean the Wizard of Oz. I mean Dr. Oz.
Right.
slightly more credible Wizard of
Oz. Yeah. Honestly, I would rather Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum's more legitimate as the actual Wizard of Oz in Wicked, the movie, than Dr. Oz is or Linda McMahon.
Anybody see the old Wicked yet? Anybody see the Wicked?
Did.
You saw Wicked? Can we get a 2-minute Wicked review?
I saw it earlier today. In fact,
actually,
wow, it's fresh.
So I saw it next to it was packed theater at an IMAX at Lincoln Square. So it was genuine. It was so funny because I was next to like 10, 14-year-old girls, and they were all dressed the way that we would for a Marvel. Or like
they're all wearing like Wolverine costumes and shit.
Dude, you have no idea. It was amazing. They were rocking out the way that we would. I gotta tell you, here's the truth. Because I've seen the musical on Broadway twice, so I was curious how they were gonna do the whole thing in terms of it being 2.5 hours.
Right.
It's the first act, but it's done very well. It's very enjoyable. I mean, honestly, if you could see it on Broadway, I would probably first say do that. But if you're seeing it there, I mean, Cynthia Erivo she's like one of those stars on Broadway that gives it so much credibility too. and Ariana Grande is very charming and fun. Michelle Yeoh is awesome. Truth is, it's a lot of fun. It's pretty cute. And then the people who really hit those notes are Broadway stars. And they hit those notes. And if you're going for that experience, you're really going to enjoy it because everyone was having such a great time that you could not. It's like a comedy show. If you're there and you're giving the people what they want, guess what? They're going to go home happy. You know what I mean? It's like, or a great wrestling show. When you see the best wrestling shows I've ever seen, the crowd was the 12th man in the situation, right? Mm-hmm. That's what it feels like when you saw Wicked. So honestly, I would 2 thumbs up.
That's great. I mean, that's awesome. Thank you for that, Jared. I'll say this. I was going to just really go in there with some snarky shit. But your review, that was the earnestness and enthusiasm made me think otherwise, and I'm not going to do that now. Thanks again for
that was amazing.
Wow!
I thought you were going to go all in on me, and I was like, "That's fair."
Jared, Jared, fucking like Tin Man Walter. He was just like, "Oh, well, you've had courage this whole time."
That's amazing! Wow.
Well.
That was beautiful.
And that was also the pop culture segment. So
yeah, what a good pop culture segment. What a good segment. Should we bookend that? I think we should bookend that.
And do we
Calm Down, Smoke a Joint?
Calm Down, Smoke a Joint. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do the Calm Down, Smoke a Joint. How about that? We can do that. Then we'll hit a commercial after.
Should I get hyped up first?
Get hyped up. Let's get real hyped and then get calmed.
All right.
And then
well, we're in it. I'll just
we're in it now.
Hundreds of new reported sightings over the last year, and some the government still can't explain. Chief Global Affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz joins us with the details. It's quite the talker. Martha, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. It all sounds straight out of a science fiction movie, but these unidentified airborne objects are taken very seriously by the Pentagon and the intelligence community. And this morning, their new report revealing that these sightings are on the rise.
Navy pilots have seen them.
My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west.
More than 1,600 unidentified flying objects have been reviewed by the government's Anomaly Resolution Office, or ARROW, over the years. 98% of them eventually found to be debris, drones, or even large birds. But new numbers this morning from May of 2023 to June of 2024 show 757 new sightings, with 21 of them that cannot be explained.
21.
And all 21 mysterious objects were seen near national security sites, witnessed by multiple people, or captured on sensors or videos. While the Pentagon does not know what they were, they are quick to steer the public away from little green men.
To date, the department has discovered no verifiable evidence of extraterrestrial beings, activity, or technology.
But at a hearing this week, the former head of the Pentagon program investigating these objects says nothing should be ruled out.
Has the government conducted secret UAP crash retrieval programs? Yes or no?
Yes.
Were they designed to identify and reverse engineer alien craft? Yes or no?
Sure. Yes. Let me be clear. Advanced technologies not made by our government or any other government are monitoring sensitive military installations.
While Pentagon officials do stress that they have no evidence of any of this being alien technology, they have not ruled that out and are continuing to investigate every unexplained sighting. George?
Always raises so many questions. Okay, Martha, thanks.
Thanks, Kelly. Thank you very much.
This
So I'm
raises
just
so many
saying,
questions. Oh
I
my God.
mean, so if you run out of conversation topics this Thanksgiving, there is lots of really good UFO and like AKA UAP alien shit happening, and even if you like write it off and say, well, my favorite thing is like, it's not necessarily aliens. No one's saying it's aliens. They're just saying there's things. So like literally like the last couple of days, like all these like air bases in like the UK and Europe and shit. There's been and like this isn't just like wacko shit. This is like shit being documented from planes. Huh?
That was like Martha Raddatz, like in George Stephanopoulos. They're not just like
that was ABC, man. Like this is what
legit
like
shit.
They bring the heat. You know what I mean?
That was primetime morning show stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right.
Primetime morning show.
No, there's all kinds of shit. Get on the Reddit.
Calm down, smoke a joint.
You smoke 5 joints. Get on Reddit.
I love how it went from Wicked into the Green Anomaly and back again. It was just a perfect transition there.
Wonderful.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna throw a UFO theory at you guys that I bet you haven't heard before. How about that?
Let's hear
All
it.
right. So, you know how Einstein says traveling close to the speed of light, time slows down and so forth, and because of that, and because if the twin problem, if one twin is on a spaceship going away from Earth at the speed of light and then coming back, the twin on Earth will have aged and the other one wouldn't have, right? So
I just thought about that.
Yeah, we're on the same page, right? About that? Okay. There's also people out there who think that there are lost civilizations that predate like the Egyptians and Babylonians and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
We might have been taken out 10,000 years ago by some nuclear bomb that we, fucked up with. And anyway, what if these things are ancient, lost civilization people from the past who are going forward in time, because that's the only direction they can go, to keep on going forward to just make sure that doesn't happen again? They're like,
I don't like how when you were talking about it, as soon as you started talking about it, a siren started going off. So that made me very nervous about what you're talking about.
It's fair. It's honestly fair. I mean, I liked it though.
See, I've heard the opposite. I've heard the opposite, Sean, where it's potentially people from the future that were mistaking like
I've heard
time travelers from the future for aliens.
Yeah, they're further evolutions of ourselves.
It's plausible.
Sightseeing.
Sure.
Yeah, I like that. Well, know what? We got a guest this week, and we should take a commercial break, and we'll be back after the commercial with our guest.
With our guest.
Shout out the Pink Kush Factory. Honestly, Pink Kush Factory for the entire network. They just are the best and rock us out. And we're basically trying to figure out border control issues so we can maybe get it to me in New York.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we're. But like, let me tell you, wow, this stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. They won't even let Kinder products in the U.S. I don't know if they're gonna let this in.
No, they won't.
Like, it's nice, and I got this pink lemonade flavor that I'm gonna crack open, a raspberry lemonade. But I'm a little bit worried because like I'm already pretty fucked up. This might do me in.
Oh, hi. I'm Nicolas Cage, and this is a song for you. My favorite things. Blue jeans, see a red-haired girl. Sweet peanut butter, a slow-burning candle. Cup of tea and a good book, The Dance of the Reindeer, and also Pachinko. Yeah, Pachinko was so good.
He was just fucking doing that, and they showed up. That's all that was, right? He was just doing that.
Reese and Jared, did you guys do that commercial live? Did you just do that live?
Here's the thing, Sean. I don't remember it.
So, I
don't remember it either.
Ago. And shout out to Pink Kush Factory because those guys are the bomb.com.
Yeah, that got me fucked up. That got me
Yo,
fucked up.
It was.
I got
funny.
some of those.
So here's what happened, fellas. So here's what happened. Was that Reese and I started the show, and he started, and we go, "Hey, what we're gonna see." He starts the show and tries to finish it. How just violently high it's gonna get? Like is he gonna get me violently high and Megalopolis with Wiccans because of those brownies? I don't know, but honestly, shout out to Pink Kush Factory because he did. And if you watched that show 2 weeks ago, you gonna see.
I got lit up. I got lit up like a Christmas tree. I'm not
It
gonna
was
lie.
great, but honestly,
those things don't fuck around, man.
But fellas, here's the thing: I missed y'all a lot, but it was so nice, Reese, just to get to just chill, vibe, and it was funny. And then we didn't, unfortunately, because some technical issues, didn't have a guest. We just got to rock it out for an
The whole
hour.
episode, and you just got to watch me get more and more fucked up throughout the whole time.
Dude, we had such a great conflict. And honestly, it was such a joy. Like, that's what it is sometimes, too. It's like, okay, so can I just say quickly, because it's American.
Quickly, because we have a guest that Walter's going to introduce as soon as you finish the story. So
I'm very thankful to be here on the network with all you guys. It really means a lot. So we'll just bring on in Lou because she's the coolest. But love you guys. Kelly, love you too. Appreciate you having me all the time.
Well, thank you for coming, Jared.
Appreciate having you here, Jared.
Yeah, both of you.
The heart and soul of the show, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, you're the deer in that. You're the deer in what's it called? What's that? The dick, the dork, and the deer.
I was gonna say the deer in the headlights.
No, it's that morning show format. You're the nice one, the heart of the show.
It's very sweet.
Yeah. Now, Walter, introduce our guest. You know our guest.
I do somehow.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. Not somehow. Our guest is a entertainer around in and around Montreal. Comedy, music, everything else, the rest, full entertainer. Ladies and gentlemen, Lou Lawrence, everybody.
Hello. Wow, that's quite the introduction, Walter. Thank you so much.
I'm very odd.
I've been working really hard on the everything lately, so I really appreciate you recognizing that.
A well-rounded performer, for the ages.
Yeah. The everything's the hardest part, actually. Not a big part of it, but it's really like it's what gets me.
I was considering saying the comedy, music, the rest.
I mean, also equally true. I'm right up there on the rest.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Lou. It's good to have you here. I was just telling, I don't know if everybody caught it coming in, that you are also my hair rival, my local. Yeah, you're the only person I've ever seen who has the same amount and volume and thickness of hair.
You do have quite voluminous hair. Is that the right
I do. No, Walter and I, if I had a beard, we'd basically be impossible to tell apart. Like we're just the same person. But yeah, we were saying that when we're in the same room, we kind of cancel each other out because I think we're both people that, like, if it's just us in the room, we're the hair person and like that's our entire identity. But when both of us are there, we're just two people with a bunch of hair. So we can't hang out much. That's the problem.
So let's clear up how everybody knows everybody here.
Yeah, sure.
How this happened?
Who are we?
Why this is happening?
Who are we starting with? Should we start with Reese?
I don't know anything about anyone. I'm just an idiot.
Yeah, I've only met two of you before.
I'll say this: Jared and I are neighbors, and Lou and I met in Saskatchewan.
Nice.
In Regina.
Oh, in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
And now you're based in Montreal, is it?
Yeah, I mean, I was in Saskatchewan for 5 days, to be clear. Like, I don't know if I was based there so much.
Brief love affair with the city or province.
As most people, as most amount of time people spend there.
Also, can I just say that Sean introduced us as neighbors, not friends?
I know, after you bared your soul like that, Jared.
I thought Neighbors was more meaningful.
This is my geographical associate, Jared.
We share a
Walter was
fence.
so much kinder to me like 3 seconds ago than like Sean, Sean and I were like, during the pandemic, we were like in the bubble together, and now I'm neighbor.
Jared pushed me out of the river. He, I tripped and fell in. No, but
I'm thinking about penguin style, and then,
you know what it is? I have trouble connecting with people when there's a robot in between us. This is, you know what I mean? Like
the whole robot.
Yeah.
So you guys were both out there. Were you guys doing the fringe? Was it the Fringe out there?
Yeah, we were doing the Fringe Festival.
Oh, awesome! Did you guys have fun out there? Was it a busy Fringe? Is the a busy Fringe out that way?
No.
No, I figured it was like a bunch of people just flooded in. Like there's like a Fringe circuit of like Deadheads follow the Grateful Dead around. Like
to Regina, no, it doesn't have the big draw you might think.
My first 2 rows were filled. Not the rest of the auditorium, but the first 2 rows.
Sean and I were in the same venue, and this venue. So
you had an auditorium. That's pretty.
We were in the Royal Saskatchewan Museum, in their auditorium, where you would like go with 600 other schools to like watch someone talk about a single dinosaur bone for 2 hours, kind of thing. It was like all of us Fringe performers, and the shows averaged about like between 20 and like maximum 40 tickets sold a show in a 250 seat auditorium.
I would take it.
Yeah.
Listen, those numbers.
We're all performers, Lou. We were just like, oh shit, I'd kill for that right now.
No. I'm with you guys. The thing is, the space makes all the difference.
Yeah, that's true.
20 people in a 250 seat auditorium is like, and no one will sit up close. They're all in the back, and they're all sort of like
always.
My show has a bunch of like crowd participation, so you can't see the audience because the lights are directly at eye level. So I'm just kind of like yelling out in the dark, like, anybody, any thoughts out there, guys? Is anybody actually here right now tonight? It was humbling. I learned a lot, but I mean, it was fun. Like, we had a great time. And the weird thing is, like, it was a small Fringe, but I've like, including tonight, I've booked a number of random sort of situations coming out of it. I did a corporate gig last week that one of the performers' wives booked me from Ontario, and like, hung out with another performer back in Toronto. So Regina was kind of the gift that keeps giving in a certain way.
I think it is those kind of like it's those times where you get to spend a little bit of time with your fellow performers, and because you're saying it's not as busy, and you're all bonding over that experience of performing in a large space with like a large cavernous space that's not being filled up by a lot of people. You got a lot of people sharing that similar experience with each other.
Well, and they're really timid audiences there. Like, they're very quiet. So for anything comedy wise, like, it's the kind of show where you'll have everyone smiling in the dark, and afterwards they'll be like, "I loved that. That was amazing."
Like creeps. Smiling in the dark like creeps.
Yeah, totally. Like, I loved it. It was hilarious. You're like, you know what's another really great way to show that you find something hilarious is to laugh. Like, is to laugh with your mouth out loud,
It helps me right now. Otherwise, I feel like I'm gonna go. Brooks was here myself.
Sorry, I didn't hear part of that.
Probably a good thing, Lou. You were.
We were all smiling in the dark.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I was going to see if I could pull off just smiling in the dark, and I was like, "Oh no, is that a question?"
Okay, now.
Hey, Lou, did you see the UFO video before?
Did you see the UFO video before?
I did. I saw the UFO video, and my big takeaway was I think it's really cool that there's something called the Anomaly Resolution Office.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a thing for that.
Yeah, well, it's like, you know, the UK made their like the Ministry of Loneliness or whatever. It's like all of these things that kind of just sound like Harry Potter boards or something, you know, like it sounds so fiction. Like I want to be at the like, oh guys, it's just like another day punching in at the Anomaly Resolutions Office. You know? Like,
I bet it's possible that like an agent or two who grew up watching the X-Files and adoring it, like now work at that office and they're like, holy shit, it is real.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and there's like so much more administration than we thought.
The X-Files would be a way less interesting show if it was just all the admin work that came after a case was closed.
Just like
truly.
Just like punching tickets and then putting them on.
That's it. Signing off on paperwork, requisition forms for the bags
Another
to keep the evidence in.
Are you kidding me, Reese?
Just
how many
the smoking man is still the smoking man, but he's you gotta fill out the right to
honestly, these are some paperwork you haven't done.
Yes.
Lou, you can pull it off though with that hair. It's really it's working.
Thanks, man.
Walter, let your hair out. Walter, get your hair out too.
No, it's all tied up and shit. It's gonna look like shit. No,
all tied up. It's gonna look like shit. Is that
it's all? Yeah, it says.
He's not ready for that.
Not ready. Yeah, I need to brush.
He's changed. Walter used to whip his hair out at the drop of a hat.
It's too long now.
You know what, Lou? You've intimidated Walter to the point where he's keeping his hair tied up.
I don't know if I'm proud or ashamed. Walter, I want you to feel safe here. Like I'm
I think Look, he's playing with his fingers now. He's twiddling his thumbs.
No, I would need some like brush time.
It's a safe hair.
I mean, I feel you there. But like the thing you have to understand is when you have this amount of hair, it truly does just become your personality, whether you want it to be or not. Like people walk up to me on the street, talk to me about it. Ask me to touch it. Ask me like what I have done to make it that way.
Yeah.
And you're like, I washed it today. That's why it's like this. And so like you try to be a person who's like interesting in other ways, but it just always defaults back to that's the thing about you. And so as I said, if there are two of you, you're like, fuck, but then who am I? Like if I'm not hair guy, I'm just Lou now. Like
what's that like?
It's deeply existential on a bad day, man. It's a lot.
I just feel deeply existential on a lot of days, Lou. So I really appreciate that about you and your hair dilemma. It'd be today or ever. It just felt like a very much like a Rocky situation where it's like, hey, we have to make sure if we're gonna have a rematch of beautiful hair and talent versus beautiful hair and talent, we want to have them both on like the right circumstances and ready
on wash day.
I'm just looking out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
totally. This is him just being the deer again, you know.
Can I add something? That's
I love that.
Yeah. Can I add something real quick? I just want everyone to know that Jared is my friend, and the rest of you are my neighbors.
Yeah. Now
that's better.
A little too late.
I'm honored to be your neighbor, Sean.
Okay, good. That was a breakthrough for me, though, Jared.
It's amazing.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So Lou, you play some music too. I've heard, and I see. Is that a ukulele behind you?
Yeah. I've got a couple, but I've also got.
That's not quite showing me. Don't show me. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's see the guitar. I didn't see the guitar. What kind of guitar is it?
It is a classical guitar, a Jasmine, that has been restrung to only have 4 strings.
A giant ukulele.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I love that. No, amazing. Now, how long have you been playing music for?
Forever.
I love that.
It's a big part of my everything that Walter was mentioning. I've been working on the music part of the everything quite a bit. I'm a singer originally.
I've just now noticed there's more than one instrument in the background.
Yeah, actually, but that's just to look cool. Like I don't know how to play any of these. They're just
Oh, they look awesome.
Yeah,
they're looking real cool. I gotta say.
Just
yeah, there's a couple more. Yeah,
like I've been on shows with Lou, and it's kind of like you don't want to go before or after because it's kind of I don't.
Yo, for real. And as a performer, let's be honest, Lou, that's the nicest compliment. Somebody
that's a
as Walter could give you.
Yeah, nobody wants to be near you. I appreciate that.
You don't want on my phone.
Does that
we
mean
all know that?
Lou, does that mean that sometimes performers take a forfeit instead of going before you after you? They're just like
No, that hasn't happened yet. But when that happens, I think I'll just retire. I'm like, I've done it. I've made it.
All right.
Okay,
I don't want to.
This time I'm selling 30 tickets.
We're selling them tonight on this stream. So let's hear it.
Oh, we heard that you have a song. Kelly has let us know that you have a song.
I do. I have a song because that I wrote specially for you guys tonight. Because it is what we call here in Canada American Thanksgiving right now. And so I wanted to celebrate the Thanksgiving spirit, or part of it, not the colonial part, but the thankful part. And so I wrote your American Thanksgiving song. These are some things I am thankful for. I am thankful for the U in color. Spelling it C-O-L-O-R would be pronounced color, and that's crazy. I am thankful that we got rid of pennies. When you have pennies, you feel like you've got money, but you don't. You can't buy shit with penny these days. Also, loonies and toonies are great. They're really cute to say. You can tell them apart from other bills. You don't have to memorize presidents to know what you're paying. And I am thankful for Thanksgiving in October, the season of the harvest when the vegetables are sweet, sweet and ready to eat. What the fuck are you harvesting at the end of November? Certainly nothing up here, guys. Oh. And I am also thankful for all dressed chips. I know people get excited about ketchup chips, but they're just not my kick. I like an all-dressed chip because they're dramatic. It's all of the flavors together, and they kind of just taste like barbecue. With a bit of vinegar, and for whatever reason that just works. And I am thankful for Celsius. Fahrenheit always sounds like you're exaggerating. Oh, what, Fred? Is it 100 degrees? Yeah, or 100 degrees? We're just making up shit now. It also makes more sense for things to freeze at zero. The perfect absence of heat. I am thankful for Celsius. And I am thankful that our leader is a drama teacher, Nepo baby, instead of a reality TV Nepo baby like yours. We could all do better. We could also do worse up here. But let's not talk politics at our Thanksgiving table. I'm not trying to be that uncle tonight. Oh. Let's just have a good time. And I am thankful for my American friends. We don't often say nice things about you up here, but it's your weekend, so I thought I'd throw you some cheer. Thank you, my American friends. We like you, it's just fun to shit on you. You gotta understand, guys. Oh. So happy American Thanksgiving. I said, happy American Thanksgiving. I said, happy American Thanksgiving to all of you at the late night sesh.
That was amazing. Yeah. Woo! And Sean, what a way to come through with the pie at the end, Sean.
That's the pecan one. The apple one just came out.
Lou, that was magnificent. That was just the icing on the Lou cake.
Thank you.
Phenomenal stuff. Oh man, that
Thank
was amazing.
It was so nice. I felt very American there.
I can see why,
which I don't usually.
I can see why you would be difficult to follow or be in front of. Yeah, that's funny stuff right off the hop.
Walter, you're right. I ain't following that.
Yeah, I got nothing.
You're creating a hell of a wave that you get to surf, man.
Imagine you go up there for like 2 weeks after working on a totally new set, and then all of a sudden Lou just drops
a fucking banger on you, and then you're like this.
Fuck! I'm sorry. I think I just got sick.
Lou,
I come back next week.
Lou, do you have a song? Do you have a song titled "Follow That"?
That's your new closer, Lou.
Follow
because you can't.
It's ice cold and brilliant. I like it.
Yo, just like you, Lou. Shit.
Yeah, I've been really working on the ice cold vibes here tonight. I'm glad you picked up on that, Jared.
Honestly, it was more the brilliance I was talking about. But
I love that. I love that. Now, okay, we're getting to the end now. Now, Lou, where can people find you? What you got? Any shows coming up that you're going to tell us about?
I'm trying to do my booking right now, so book me somewhere. I'm doing Wiggle Room. I'm doing Wiggle Room next month on December 11th, I think.
The Vaudeville show.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm doing something at Notre Dame de Quay on December 16th. And then Fringe Miss at the main line on December 14th. So I have nothing and then like 4 gigs in 4 days. So don't book me that week, but book me all next year. I travel for gigs. I would love to see the rest of Saskatchewan. I would love to see the United States, though, very secretly, because I'm not allowed to come play there legally.
That's it. No, you don't ever want to go there. You never want.
No, because you come here, Lou, and then you find out that your best friends are just your neighbors.
Oh no, no!
I do have a neighbors song though. I'll come back sometime and I'll play it for you. But
now, Jared, Sean, do you guys have anything? Ms. Alder, do you guys got any shows?
Oh no, this is about Lou.
You can't follow that. You can't follow.
I'm not following. Once again, I'm not following that because you can't. I think all I'll say is go see whatever Lou was doing.
Go see.
Yeah, find me on the internet, and I'll be playing shows somewhere sometime.
I will say for our Montreal viewers, we have Joey Elias back at the Hurley's Irish Pub for New Year's Eve this year, which has become a bit of a tradition there. So tickets are now on sale for that. Always sells out. Check it out.
Oh, sorry.
Includes what?
Trenches with Chris Vendito, who is not here tonight.
Right.
We love Chris. He's the man.
He was busy headlining a show tonight.
That's what I'm saying. He's the man. So sorry, in the trenches on KGL TV
every Thursday
because he's the man. So
yeah, and I got a couple shows in the Toronto area. If you're around the Toronto area, you can catch me at I think the Groove Bar And then I can't remember the second one. Oh shit! I'll remember soon, and I'll put it on my social media.
Thank you to Pink Kush Factory once again.
Thank you to Pink. No, I didn't do any Pink Kush Factory. I've got my secret metal cup full of alcohol. So we'll see you next time, everybody. Now enjoy the story of the party.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you for coming. Bye, everybody.
Thanks,
see you next
Lou.
week.
Thank you, Lou.
Happy American Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
In the American Midwest, there were torrential rains happening for prolonged periods of time, the likes of which had not been seen in almost a century.
In the face of a 500-year flood, we know we cannot contain the fury of a river.
The levees were breaking in sequence with that last crest of water coming down the Mississippi River.
We arrived on the scene just minutes after a levee break in Nutwood, Illinois.
This was the biggest national news story.
Heading downstream now with a vengeance.
It wasn't if this levee would fail, it was when.
If you lived in Quincy, Illinois in 1993, you knew exactly where you were on the night of July 16th when the levee broke.
This is the